Hi guys, welcome to Lovelady's Garden Projects and More. Today we're going to do something a little different. And today I'm going to show you how to take it from the garden to the table. So stick around. Cherry tomatoes, diced up. Okra, cut up. Jalapenos, diced up. And green beans. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. We're going to season our meat. I'm going to do some grilled pork steaks for my husband. He asked for them to be grilled. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to season it. Sprinkle a little garlic seasoning on it. Not too much. You do one side. I always do one side. Then I go back and do the other. Then I have some seasoning salt. Light sprinkle. You don't have to use a whole lot of seasoning, especially when using a combination of seasoning. A little steak seasoning. Again, not too much because you're going to do both sides. Then I'm going to add my pepper. Let me move these over here. Then I have some thyme leaves. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Flip them over. And guys, make sure you always have your hands washed when you're working with food, even if it's your family's food, because you still don't want to pass any germs and none of that crap. So we're going to repeat the situation. The seasoning on the next side. Light sprinkle. That's done. A little steak seasoning. You don't have to use a lot, again, like I said, because they can season their own food if they need any extra. Little light. Little pepper. And if you notice, I haven't used salt. There's no need to use salt if you're going to use the other stuff, because everything pretty much has salt in it at some point. Then I like to put some white vinegar wine on my stuff. It just give it an extra little flavor. You don't have to put a lot. You can put as much as you want. And as you can see, I have some potato halves in the oven, so he can have or we can have some sliced baked potatoes. Okay guys, so now the next step, we're going to go ahead on and put our green beans into the water. We actually have it boiling with, if you're from the South, you put bacon. So it's just a handful for my husband. So we're going to put that in the water. Do a little stir. It's not that many. It's just enough for him to eat with his dinner. Let it cook. Put the lid over it and turn it down. Now we have our oil warming up. Now guys, I don't use grease when I'm frying certain things or grilling certain things. I like to use olive oil. So the next step you're going to see, let me heat up my front skillet. And once everything is ready, we'll go to the next step. Okay guys, so now we have our oil ready to go. And we're going to start putting our meat. Yes, it's hot now. I can't do them all at one time. So I'm going to put probably 4 in here at a time. And this is how I actually grill. I mean, I can finish them all at the same time if I have my griddle out, but I'm going to do it in my stovetop grill. So we have 2 more left. And we'll just set these to the side. So now that we have this going, the meat is going already. So now this oil, which is olive oil as well, is ready. So I'm going to show you the process of now adding everything together. This is from the garden. We have okra, tomatoes, peppers, and basil. So the first thing I'm going to do, I do have some onions. I like to put my onions and grill them in at the same time. I love cooking with onions. And then we're going to take some bell pepper. We're going to put in, we're going to save some for our steak. Cover this back up. And I actually like to use, I just got some store-bought minced garlic because I didn't buy it. I hadn't grown any this year. So I'm just going to put 1 spoon of minced garlic. And the last thing I'm going to add right now is going to be the jalapenos. Just a few. Stir this up a little bit. Let that cook down. Now my next step, I'm going to take my okra. I'm going to put my okra in. Again, this is okra fresh out of the garden, guys. I'm showing you how to take it from the garden to the table. And this is a dish that's, I don't want to say famous, but it's well known in the South. And it's okra with some tomatoes. Some people say okra and sausage, or they say goulash. I only consider goulash when you add like corn and sausages and stuff like that in it. So we're getting ready to add the fresh tomatoes. We're gonna let this cook a little bit. And a lot of people don't like their okra did like this because some people don't like slimy okra. But I'm the opposite. I don't like fried okra, but my husband likes fried okra. But I can cook it either way. Okra is good for a whole lot of things. You can put it in a lot of dishes. It just depends. Like I say, I feel like it's a southern thing. A lot of people in the South use okra. So we're going to let this here cook just for a few minutes. And then we're going to add the tomato sauce. Not the tomato sauce, the tomato paste. So guys, this is the first time I've actually went step by step with anything that I'm cooking. So the purpose for me doing it though, I want people to know that whatever you grow, make sure you eat it. And for a person that garden, that's what they call from the garden to the table. Therefore, you cook what comes from your garden. So stick around and we'll go to the next step. We're ready for the next step. We have a little seasoning in here. I put the same thing I did on the steak. I put everything except for the steak sauce, the steak seasoning. So you have a little garlic salt, seasoned salt, thyme, and that's it. Pepper. So we're letting it cook. If you can see right here, it's like this right now. It's not completely done. So now, the next step is we're going to add the tomatoes. You're going to stir them up. because you still want your okra to cook. You want everything to cook as evenly as possible. And I'm going to give you a close-up so you can see what it looks like. So when you're, this is how it should look. Let me see. I hope you was able to see that. So now I'm just stirring it up, and I'll turn it this way so you can see it as well. So now you just let that cook. For me, what I like to do, I put a top over it and let it cook down. I turn the fire down so you don't overcook it. Let me dry my hands. And we still have our onion and bell pepper. And that would be for our pork steak. Let's see how it's doing. It can stay on that side a little longer. Okay guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead on and add, we're going to cut this here down. We got the last of the chicken, not the chicken, the pork steak is in the pan. So now I'm going to go ahead on and put some onions. Throw some onions in there just to give it a little extra flavor. Throw a few bell peppers in there. You don't have to put a lot because you have bell pepper with other stuff already. Give it a few minutes, let that cook just a little bit. And also, we're going to use our fresh homegrown basil. You can put basil on anything. Just sprinkle some. And remember, this is kind of like the finished product. So, I got to put some at the bottom under the other one. Because remember, I have them stacked. Don't want to leave them out. There's one ingredient that I am missing. But that's going to be on another video. And I'm going to also sprinkle a little basil with my okra. Just a little bit. Don't have to be a lot. Basil can go a long way. It just depends on how heavy your hand is. You see I got it labeled basil. This is homegrown from the garden. Every time I harvest basil, I dry it and I put it in my basil jar. And of course, if I'm going to do a salad, then, and I want basil on it, or if I want pizza, then yeah, I'll put fresh basil on it. But right now, the way, I haven't been really doing like a lot of fresh pizzas. I really love it on my pizza. So, oh, don't you dare fall. Stop. That bell pepper was trying to get away. I'm trying to flip it because I don't like my meat too dark. I want it cooked, but I don't want it too dark. And remember I told you I had it stacked, so this is how I have it stacked. And I give you an up close and personal view. Here we go. I hope you can see that. Okay. Now, I turned the okra down. Potatoes are done. I'm going to take them out of the oven. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, the freezer. So with the potatoes, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring it over here so you can see. I hope you can see. So with the potatoes, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead on and put, I don't have what you call the bowl butter in the bowl. So I'm going to go ahead on and slice up some butter and put on here. Uh-oh. Don't cut myself. So the potatoes can have some butter on it. I already have salt and pepper on here. If some get in the pan, that's okay. That's even better, because you'll have it kind of spread it evenly. I don't have cheese. My husband probably will want cheese, but I don't have it, so he have to eat what we got. And this wasn't a whole thing of butter. You don't really have to do this here, but I'm just gonna kind of put a couple little slices inside so the butter can go down in the middle, because I'm not gonna take him or add extra butter to it. So these are potato halves that I put the butter on, baked in the oven. These particular ones are not the ones that I've grown. We ate them like straight off as soon as I harvest them. But trust me, I almost wanted to save one to do some more potatoes. But that'll be the next time. So again, the potatoes, for me, they're done. I have some, because I've actually already used all my chives, so I bought some little dollar store chives. We're going to use that. I'm going to put that, sprinkle that over here on the baked potato. I do have sour cream, so that'll work. Potatoes are done. Cover them back up. Green beans are done. And now we're going to start taking the meat out of the pan. And of course, we're going to take the ones in the front because they're the ones that's done. And again, this is just some pork steak, guys. It's not T-bone steak or anything like that. My husband wanted them grilled, so I didn't have to. He know I don't like to fry, number one. So these two are going to stay in here just a little longer. Number one, because they're thicker. And number two, because they haven't been in here long enough, especially with the thickness. I'm going to move some of this here onion a bit, flip it over. See, it's still got some more to cook. So, and for this particular pan, I say pan skillet, I've did them in. It doesn't have a lid, so I can't like cover it up and I mean, I can put some foil over it if I want to, but I'm not going to do that. And that is going to be dinner. So, my husband haven't had dinner, so I'm going to make him a plate so I can take him a plate for lunch. Trust me, that man, one is not going to do it. Maybe it will. I might put 2 little ones in there because sometimes he won't even eat until he get home. So I want to make sure he has some food. And then let me cover this up. And now I'm gonna put his green beans on his plate. So he have 2 pork steaks, grilled pork steaks, some green beans, fresh green beans straight out the garden, and baked potato half. So remember I said it's just enough. It was just enough green beans for one. So let me show you how that look now. Let me see. Using my coffee pot and everything else. Anyway, you get the picture. Let me see. Do I have this upside down? No. So, and I apologize. So this is dinner for husband. That concludes. Oh, and I will show you the finished product. Actually, I can turn the fire off of here. The finished product of my okra dish. So, I hope you enjoyed this version of